can yes and amen that. You need to.
I'm shocked that I had never heard of this guy. I watched that video the first time and I ugly cried.
What do you think about that, huh?
It's got my wheels turning and
What do you think about that, huh?
That's the Jesus that Mormons believe in. Dallas Jenkins. Is that the Jesus that you presented in this TV series?
What do you think about that, huh?
Phenomenal album, Irons in the Fire, Zeta Blacksmith.
What do you think about that, huh?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unsolicited, episode 57. I'm your host, Norm the Master's Dog Dunham, aka the Evangelical Norm. It has been a minute since I've done anything with Unsolicited. I've got about 4 albums, I think, that are sitting on a docket of episodes that need to get done. I just have not had, with everything else going on, I haven't had the time to break it down and get this done. So over the next couple of days, I'm really going to try to get reviews out of these other albums. I've got the Apologist Amalgamation. I've got Samantha White, the Treasure Hunt, which is a pretty old, well, I don't want to say it's really old. I'm not sure when it came out, but it's an older album of hers. She is the winner of the I Rap For Real 2 16-bar challenge, and she killed it. And so when I found out she had other stuff, I wanted to go back and check it out. So I wanted to give you a review of Samantha White's album, Treasure Hunt Volume 1. I've got D Black's album, The Blood Volume 1, that I've got to take a look at. And then we've got, Ivy's got another album coming out. I think there's a bunch of other albums that I haven't had the time to get to, but I will, I promise. Today we are going to do a reaction video because I was requested to do it. And I wanted to get it done before this thing just popped up randomly on YouTube and I saw it. So again, this is raw reaction to these videos. So Unsolicited. That's exactly what it says that it is. My unsolicited opinion on arts and entertainment as it intersects with the Christian worldview. So movies, TV shows, books, mainly albums. Most of what I do on this podcast is reviews of Christian hip hop albums that I love, and then other stuff that people shoot me and say, hey, will you do a reaction to this? Will you take a look at this? And then I throw those in there. So some of those things are solicited. Sometimes it's even solicited from the artists themselves. I've had guys like Regenerate and Josh Kreese say, hey, will you listen to this and review it? And I'm always happy to do it, especially because I love those guys. I haven't come across a bad album from either one of those dudes. And a lot of if I hate an album, a lot of times I don't want to just drag someone through the mud and go, you're horrible, unless they ask me to. And then I'm going to be honest about my opinion. But really, I mean, if it's an album that I just really hated, I'm just going to let it go. No need to, to shame anybody. But if you ask me to do it, I'm going to give my honest opinion. So all that being said, this is episode 57, and we are going to react to another Tom MacDonald video. I seem to get a lot of these. I don't know. He did, the last video he did was called Church. I don't know if Tom MacDonald actually claims to be a Christian. I have no idea. I know that he doesn't have a whole lot of swearing in his albums, which there are a lot of Christians out there like Mises, or claim to be Christians, that are just foul. Just horribly foul. I've never found that in Tom's, and I've had people come back and go, he edits his stuff. Great. But I don't know what his proclamation of faith is. I don't know what he is, but I know a lot of people who are in the faith who apparently watch him and want to know, and I'm willing to give my opinion. So again, I don't know if Tom MacDonald claims to be a Christian or not, but a lot of times these things do intersect with the Christian worldview. I'm really thinking, this is just my pre-video before I see it, thoughts. Based on the title of this, I think it's going to be political. So, and politics, Christianity, as Christians, we should allow our faith to affect our political views. We should not let our political views affect our faith. Those two streets don't run together. Our faith should always influence our politics, never the other way around. Just so we're clear on that. So we're going to jump into this. I'm going to pull this up. Tom MacDonald, Snowflakes. We're going to jump over here to this other screen. And I do believe I'm going to just move myself down. Let's just get the logistics good on this before we go. I'll make myself a little bit smaller to make no one really cares what my facial reaction is. It's just going to be my thoughts on it afterwards. So, but I'm here and you can see me. And if you're interested in how I react, just watch. So here we go. This is Snowflakes by Tom MacDonald.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice. Abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. I hear him preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here, elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean, but if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave, all of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting what you stand against, you don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Ay, everybody's wrong, that's the real problem. Ay, they don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, This ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane, more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
All right, so I mean, I'm always impressed with Tom MacDonald. I mean, dude can write. He can rap. He can write. He can do all that stuff. And I'm and again, I don't think there was anything in that video that I disagreed with. From the whole thing about, again, we get in trouble if we lie to the government. We can go to jail. We can go to, whatever, if we're lying to the government and so on. But, I mean, politicians are lying to us every single day. We're constantly lied to. To bring up talking about, I mean, he talked about abortion. He talked about, yeah. And honestly, he's going directly at the Democrats. I mean, you can tell. I mean, we could probably take a little bit more and go directly at some Republicans, too, who are just as quick to lie. There's a few politicians out there that I look at and I go, these are guys that really are interested in serving America and getting things on the right track. Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, guys like this. But I mean, you could apply some of this to Mitch McConnell and other Republican politicians that are just as dishonest and so on. One of the things that he said in there that really kind of hit me is the whole thing about if this country is so racist and so unsafe for minorities, why are they still continuing to encourage immigration? I mean that's a valid point that is made there that needs to be examined. And so I understand there's a frustration, and I try to be balanced and see things from both sides. Kurt Kennedy, #stay balanced. I really do. And so I can see things, I mean, I've watched racism against my sister-in-law who lives here with me. I've seen people on video from our neighbor's doorbell cam. I've seen people slash her tires, and we know it comes down to the fact that she had put BLM on her window months ago. And yet still there's this animosity. I've watched one of my best friends at work, one of the best employees we got, Brandon. I've watched him endure racism because he's the only black guy we got working for us. And I've seen it. I can't say that it doesn't exist. But again, when we break down all these things, he talks about, we call being gay is brave and Black lives do matter and so on. We see this stuff, but the stereotype for whites is you're racist, right? Again, this whole broad brush of, diversify your whiteness, be less white, again, I threw up a meme the other day, Skittles, trying to be, Pride Month. So they took all the color off their bags and put it, and somebody put it in a thing with a title on it called White Pride. And I'm like, is this woke or is this racist? I don't know. Right? So again, I'm not mad at this video. I'm not mad at this song. Again, there's not a whole there's another one he did that I reacted to a few months back. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember the name. But again, nothing in there that I disagreed with. Now, could there be more added to it to kind of be balanced from the other side? Tom is Tom, and he's coming from the right. He's from the extreme right. Again, I don't know if he would claim to be a Christian. I've never seen anything that I would go, he's absolutely not a Christian. But again, I don't know where he stands on that, but he's definitely conservative. He is very conservative. I mean, he makes me almost think I need to be a little more conservative, right? So, again, I ain't got a problem with that, but I think there can be some things, and maybe he does. Again, I'm not an absolute follower of Tom MacDonald. I don't watch all of his songs, because again, my genre, my preferred music is God glorifying, and I'm not saying that Tom MacDonald is God debasing, right? But I want to hear things with scripture, things that specifically talk about God and the gospel and so on. So I'm going to listen to guys like Kirk Kennedy and Stracht and The Apologist and Doctrinal and Regenerate and Result and Ivy Connerly and Hog Mob, and the list goes on and on. Tom MacDonald just isn't in my playlist unless somebody shoots me a message and says, hey, will you take a look and react to this? So I don't know if he has other songs that kind of balance everything out. But, I mean, as far as skill, and, I mean, Nova Rockefeller, which is his girlfriend, she makes some really good videos. I would love to see, and I don't know if she's done anybody else's, if she's done videos for other people, but she always, I mean, the production value of that, the snow and all the things that she had coming down and going on, the direction, and so amazing. Nova Rockefeller does some awesome videos. Tom MacDonald makes some great songs. His skill, his ability to write, his beat selection, all that stuff is stuff that I would be like, yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm not mad at the song, and I don't have anything that I would say, change this, do that, good stuff. Good stuff. And that's what I've got to say about it. It really, he takes a good look. Again, I think there can be some, and there will be there will be pushback from the other side. But, I mean, did he lie about anything in this song? No. Everything there is stuff that we can look at in the news cycle and see it's absolutely true. Are the contradictions and stuff that he talks about reality? Absolutely. I mean, take the fact that AOC, apparently in the last week, and again, I don't follow her as much as I used to because I just can't handle the frustration, but apparently she made some big deal about her abuela, her grandmother, who is living in squalor because of Hurricane Katrina. I don't know where grandma is, but the house is in disrepair and so on, and AOC hasn't done anything about it to take care of grandma. And to the point that Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh created a GoFundMe account for AOC's grandmother to fix her house, and Ben Shapiro and them, and I think they've raised over $100,000. Conservatives have raised money. So yeah, AOC, don't talk about your grandma and how this country has made things horrible for her when you're driving a Tesla and you've done nothing to help your grandma. That's just disrespectful. That's just wrong. And it literally is. You talk about how caring and how you want to, take care of people in this country and blah, 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 but you're not even willing to do it for your own family? Contradictions. There's tons of them. Politicians are liars. We need a new class of politician. We need to have term limits. We shouldn't have these guys. Mitch McConnell should not have had the opportunity to be in Congress for 40-some years. Joe Biden, if Joe Biden had a term limit on him as a senator, no one would even know his name today. Except for the fact that he was in Congress for that long, 40-some years, and then Obama chose him as a running mate. Would he ever have been chosen as Obama's running mate if he hadn't been in Congress for as long as he had? No chance. No chance. We need term limits. We need term limits on Supreme Court justices. This should not be a lifetime appointment. Shouldn't be. And we should have better ways of removing people from the Supreme Court than we do. Because I'll tell you what, Roberts, be gone. Long time ago. So again, I liked it. I liked the song. I liked the video. Am I going to put Tom MacDonald's next album in my playlist? No. I'm not going to watch another Tom MacDonald video unless someone says, "Hey, will you check this out for me and tell me what you think?" And that's just the way it is. I don't hate the guy. He's just not. I mean, if Tom wants to sign in with Christ-centric records and start making songs about the gospel and Jesus and stuff like that, then cool. I'm down with that. And then I would probably put him in my playlist. But that's just my personal choice, my personal preference of music and stuff that I listen to. So hopefully this was helpful. Jared, there you go, buddy. My reaction and my thoughts on Tom MacDonald, Snowflake. This dude is a talented guy. Absolutely well-rounded, great rapper. Knows how to pick his lane. And really get people going, and I mean this video is gonna pick up. I mean, how many views has it had so far? Let's see if we can see it in here. I can't see that. Let's jump back down here real quick. Oh, of course I'm on top of it, and I can't see it. Oh yeah, this is great podcasting. 2 million views, and it was dropped a day ago. So again, right? He knows what he's doing, and he does a good job at it. So for what it is, and for the intention, he got his message across. He's got a lot of people to see it. He, what's the word I'm looking for? He is. He piques people's interest. He stirs the pot, and he does a good job of it. And that's what his intention is, and he does it well. Didn't hate it, and there it is. So hopefully you guys, this was helpful. And as always, we end every video and with a hope that at some point in time I would have the opportunity, or somebody would, to share with Tom the gospel, because we have to preach the gospel at all times, and we have to use words because they are necessary. Until next time, which I hopefully is going to be soon, within the next few days, you're going to see more unsolicited videos drop. Soli Deo Gloria.